back to my car. I'm off to a place called Freshwater on the island where I live. It's about a 40-minute drive, maybe a bit less. For once, it's a lovely day. For the last few weeks in the UK, we've just been battered with storms and floods and rain, and the only days it has been sort of a little bit decent with some blue sky and clouds, I haven't been able to go out and shoot. But today's Saturday, and although it's bloody cold and windy, well, it ain't too cold actually, but it's bloody windy, it's nice and sunny as well, and there's some clouds, so that's why I've decided to go over the other side of the island. I've brought out my Nikon F90X and a couple of rolls of Acros 100, and I've also been sent a light meter by Kevin in New York, and it's a Sekonic Light Meter. Very kind of him to send it to me. He saw my last video using my iPhone. I didn't have great results with that. It was kind of not calibrated right, but yeah, he sent me this light meter to try out, and I've been dabbling with it at home, and I've never used one before, so you know, this is kind of like a novice on this Sekonic Light Meter, so I'm going to be using that in the spot meter mode and incident meter mode as well. Let's get down there and see what we get. I didn't intend it to be that windy. When I left home, it wasn't really that windy. When I got down to that side on the west coast of where we live, Christ, that wind just really took my breath away, and you know, you saw in the video I couldn't even talk. I was trying to talk, but it was just inaudible, so I put my own subtitles in. I didn't even know what I was saying. I couldn't remember, even using this microphone with a fluffy on it, a sponge thing, soundproof, whatever you call them. That wasn't even working, so when I got back and put that clip together, I didn't even know what I was saying. Even the car's rocking from side to side. So I'm now about 5 minutes drive from where I was, across this road. Some lovely cliffs over here, so I'm going to take you over this way and show you some of these cliffs I want to get a photograph of. So it feels nowhere near as windy over this side. Still bloody windy, but not like that up there. That was just nuts. So I'm going to head on over there, and you can see all the nice cliffs, so I can do a little bit of spotting over there and see what I can get. There's a nice drop, I'll show you. So you can see the scene there, you can see the drop that I just showed you. I just leant the GoPro over the side there, so you can see. So I'm about a good 7 or 8 feet away from that edge. I'm not going to go any closer. Oh, that got me! Oh shit! Oh dear. That was crazy. That last wave that come up on that jetty there. I knew it was big as it was coming in, and I thought, surely that's not going to touch me. And it just come crashing right up all over my legs. A few guys out there say, you should wear wellies. Only a bit of water up to your ankles, no problem. So that was fun and games down the beach. I didn't really think it was going to be that windy. When I got down to the west side of the island, I sort of got out of the car and I realised, my God, it was taking my breath away. And I later looked on the news and it was saying that we had 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts down there at that time. So that's what I was in. And I couldn't even talk. I was trying to talk, but it was just taking my breath away. And even when I got back and started putting that little clip together, I couldn't hear what I was saying through this or through the camera or through the GoPro I was using to record the vlog, because the wind was just too much. So I put my own subtitles in, but I ain't got a clue what I was saying, to be honest with you. Something about light meters and clouds, more than likely. I've got to say a massive thank you to Kevin for sending me the Sekonic Light Meter, mate. I really appreciate you, your kindness and generosity sending me this. I'm going to use it quite a lot, obviously, on my photography, and get really used to it. You know, like I said, I've only had this a short while and I've been playing around reading the menu and stuff. So the stuff that I was doing at the beach that you saw, the clips which were scanned, I was using it in spot metering mode. So basically I was taking a reading of the brightest part of the sky, a reading of the darkest part on the floor, and then just doing an average in between. So this is the Sekonic 508L Zoom Master, and there's loads on YouTube and online how to use it and all about these light meters. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to using that in future. And the camera I was using was my Nikon F90X, which has got the 28-135 macro lens on it. This is one of the first film cameras that I bought many years ago off a guy called Stan, and this lens came with it. So this is all I've ever used. If I've ever used the Nikon, this is the only lens that I've used with it, and it's a great lens, works for me. Nice solid camera, easy to use, and get some good results from it. So the negatives that I've come back with, I'm really happy with. Bags of detail. Let's make a print. So I've finished the prints now and I've made a few. I'm quite happy. I'll just show you the first one. This was the test print that I did with the very first print, the 2.5 grade filter. You can see I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and 18 seconds. All this is way too dark. Even 3 was looking a bit muddy. So I decided straight away to come off of the 2.5 grade, and I just wanted to see what a 0 grade filter would do. So I then did a test strip with grade 0 filter. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 9 seemed to be where I wanted to be with this grade 0. And I thought, well, what happens if I used a grade 0 filter at 9 seconds and then punched the rest of the print using a contrast 5. Now we know that grade 0 is a low contrast filter, and that's what I've got here, but using the contrast 5 filter is going to boost up those contrasts, make the print a bit more punchier. And this is what I came up with. Now this was a split grade 9 seconds contrast 0 filter. I went right across the print here, you can see. So this was split grade 9 seconds, contrast 0 and contrast 5, but it was still too muddy. It wasn't popping like I wanted it to pop. So I'll come away from that. And I thought, okay, let's see what 6 seconds with grade 0 and 9 seconds at grade 5. Slightly getting better, but still not popping where I wanted it to go. So in the end, I done away with the grade 0 and thought, well, what's contrast 5 going to give me on its own? And that started to make the blacks pop like I wanted it. But I still needed to use a little bit of grade 0 just to bring some of the white water into the shot. And that's when I ended up with this print that I did straight after that 15-second contrast 5 test strip. So I ended up doing a whole lot of 15 seconds at contrast 5. And then what I did, using contrast 5, I used my burn tool here. You can see there's a hole in it. And I left the contrast 5 filter in, just turned the light on, and I started working around these areas here, just burning in the black parts of the cliff here, the grass parts, just to make them pop a bit more. You can see that's what I was with. And also all around these wavy areas here, the sea. So I was just burning, just using this, burning around, trying to keep away from this rock. I didn't want to kill that. And all around this area here. And then once I did that, I put the contrast 0 filter back in and just burst the whole lot for 3 seconds. And you can see all my timings are written down there. But I did have a little bit of mess on the negatives. I had to clean the negative. And that's the print I ended up with, the one I'm happy with. The sky is nice, I've got all the details going on here. It's a nice punchy looking print, and that's kind of where I want it to be. You can just see the detail of the little houses there on top of the cliff. You can see all the detail in the cliff and obviously in the waves. So using those filters really helped me out with working on this print and making it pop and getting a bit more punch out of it. And then using exactly the same times, because it was pretty much the same scene, although the other side of the cliff, I did exactly the same thing using the same times. This time I just used the burn tool with the hole in, just to burn some of this area in. I didn't touch any of the stones because they were black. They would have just gone completely jet black if I'd done that. So I just covered this area here around the sea to make that pop, and a stag rock there at Freshwater Bay. And then the third photograph I liked was the one where it was really, really windy on those stairs. This is the first test strip I did. I had a 2.5 grade filter inside this, and we did these at 3 seconds again, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9 and 12 seconds. I got there 6 seconds, that was the one I went for. So I did a test strip, an overall test strip there. You can see that one, which is 6 seconds at 2.5 grade filter all the way across, just so I could see what detail I'm getting in the sea. I was quite happy with the stairs, got detail there, but the sea, I did exactly the same again and used the contrast 5 filter with the little with the card in the hole, that one there, my burn tool, and I just burned it all around the sea area, and that's what I ended up with on that one. So this one literally took no time at all to make, and again, quite happy with that. So that's pretty much the end of the darkroom session. I had good fun shooting over at West White in the wind. It was a bit tricky, but you know, I had some fun, and it was quite a laugh for myself. Even though I was on my own, I still enjoyed it and was having fun. This is one of the prints that I did at Freshwater Bay. I quite like that one. I just showed you how I got it. And this one here is over at was looking over towards Freshwater Bay from where I was. I did 2 prints of that one as well. There was 2 different photographs. You saw me shooting. I took probably 4 or 5 shots of the same scene because the waves were always changing. So I just wanted to see. And these 2 were the best ones that I found on those negatives. That one there, you can see all the water splashing all over the rock. This was my final print that I did, and that was the first shot that I took. Like I said, over freshwater where it was really windy, you know. And if you see me struggling to talk at the start of the video, I was literally, it just took my breath away, that wind. But I enjoyed it. It was a challenge and, you know, good fun. Didn't know it was going to be that windy, but hey ho. I've got to say thank you to Kevin for sending me the Sekonic Light Meter. I said at the start of the video, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much, very kind of you. And these two prints, guys, I'm going to stick on eBay. This one is Freshwater Bay, and this one is looking over towards Freshwater Bay. They're going to go on eBay, and anything I get back from that helps me in the darkroom with buying more stuff, chemicals and paper, etc. So look out for those. They will be signed by me, and I'll put the link in the description of this video. I've got to say thank you to Mr. Casey Facer for sending me the Acros 100, and I've also got to say thanks to a couple of other people recently that have sent me some film. Matt from Thailand. I've got to put my glasses on because I can't see nothing without them. He sent me some interesting Kodak 2238 or 2238 panchromatic black and white film. It's like, he says in it, it's ISO 12. So I'll be interested to shoot that. He's also given me some information on the back to develop it stock with Xtol, so that was quite handy. So I'm going to have a little play with that at some point. And I've also got to say thanks to Colmar Grund from Berlin. He sent me some interesting film, Kodak DMP 5360. I know nothing about this stuff, but you know, it's all education and playing around. So he sent me a few rolls of this. He's got like a red base. I'm looking forward to playing around and see what I can get with that. He also sent me a couple of rolls of Orwo MP7. I've shot Orwo before, not the MP7, but I'm going to try that as well and have some fun. And I've also got to say thank you to Robert Rogers as well. He sent me some film that I've never seen before. It's called Ultrafine Extreme. He sent me two 120 rolls, a 100 and a 400. Ultrafine Extreme. Never shot that. And also 35mm 400 as well. So thanks, Robert, for sending me that. And a massive thanks to all the people that subscribe to my channel, people that watch the videos, especially my Patreons as well for supporting my channel, and all the guys that comment and give us inspiration, myself and also the people that are learning film and the film community as well. So give it a big like, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.